Hello, welcome to the Metals Daily News brought to you by Metals Update, the driving force behind your business. I'm Kopal Chima from the Mumbai office on 14 July 2017. In iron ore imports by China in June have been recorded at 94.7 million tons, up from 91.5 million tons in May, according to recent customs data. In the first 6 months, imports increased to 539 million tons, which is 9.3% higher than the same period in 2016. This showed another jump in cargoes and highlighted the ability of the largest steel maker to absorb rising seaborne supplies. Simultaneously, analysts expect a bear market for iron ore soon as Chinese port stocks peak. In the last 2 months, iron ore prices have been moving down, while steel prices, in particular rebar, have moved up. The divergence in prices between the raw material and the end product is linked to Chinese blast furnace utilization reaching near-term peak demand for iron ore, just as demand falls on low scrap steel prices. Such an opposite pattern has only occurred once in the last 5 years, when iron ore prices declined sharply while steel prices rallied in the second quarter of 2015. The run-up in steel prices is due to a shortage of steel products after inefficient induction furnaces were shut. However, this is likely to be temporary as there will be enough operating blast furnaces to offset supply losses from the closures and as relatively low steel scrap prices help, say analysts. Global supply is likely to increase with a 100 million ton surplus in 2017 on top of more than 60 million tons of extra supply in 2016 they project. In steel, US may come up with a double-edged sword on steel. I quote, "There are two ways, quotas and tariffs. Maybe I'll do both," says US President Donald Trump as he plans to deal with the steel dumping from China and others reported media. Trump's action on steel is a part of campaign pledge he made to help revive US manufacturing. The administration's decision on steel could be unveiled in the coming weeks. The Alliance for American Manufacturing, which represents US steelmakers and the Steelworkers Union, supports new restrictions on imports. They communicate on their website by saying that if America does not take the right step now, its entire aluminium and steel industries could disappear and shall leave the country to depend on Russia and China for national defense needs. While more than a dozen former White House economists signed a letter last week urging the president not to take action against steel imports, they said, I quote, "The diplomatic costs might be worth it if the tariffs generated economic benefits, but they would not. Additional steel tariffs would actually damage the US economy. Tariffs would raise costs for manufacturers, reduce employment in manufacturing, and increase prices for consumers." Uncertainty about the global impact of a US move to impose tariffs on steel and aluminium imports on national security grounds has prompted Australia's Anti-Dumping Commission to protect local manufacturers, reports media. Australian Workers Union National Secretary Daniel Walton told media that any new tariff barriers in the US would see China finding a new home for its steel and warned that Australia was an easy target. Walton said the dumping of steel on the Australian market had already cost failed steelmaker Arium about $100 million loss of business. He alleged that China is not just directly trying to dump its steel into Australia, but also rerouting it through Vietnam with specialist repacking techniques and all the rest. About 50 anti-dumping measures comprising dumping duties, countervailing duties, and provisional measures have been applied on imports that compete with 14 steel products manufactured in Australia. A spokesman for Assistant Minister for Industry told media that over the past 5 years, Australia's anti-dumping system has been significantly strengthened and improved to ensure fairness in a number of industries, particularly in steel and aluminium products. He added that recent operational changes made by the Anti-Dumping Commission have been designed to guarantee the system's ongoing effectiveness. These include a new investigations model and an active risk-based approach to circumvention. In offers, Hindustan Zinc kept zinc prices unchanged on Thursday. Special high grade continues to be priced at rupees 2,07,100 per metric ton at the Tarapur stock point, while lead prices have been increased by rupees 1,000 per metric ton. Lead with minimum purity of 99.99% is now priced at 1,77,300 per metric ton as compared to 1,76,300 per metric ton at Tarapur stock point as on 10 July 2017. In domestic ferrous offers, Metals Update assessed offers of MS scrap from Mandi Gobindgarh market at Rs 18,800 per ton, while MS ingot at Mandi Gobindgarh is being quoted at Rs 27,300 per ton. At Raipur and Muzaffarnagar, the MS ingot offers have been recorded at Rs 25,000 and Rs 27,000 per ton respectively. In domestic non-ferrous offers, Metals Update assessed spot offers of aluminium ingot from Delhi market at Rs 142 per kg. Copper scrap is being offered at Rs 363 per kg and zinc slab is now being offered at 206 per kg. Thank you for watching. Join us again tomorrow for latest updates from the metals market. Visit metalsupdate.com for more information and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great day ahead.